Hey everybody, John L here. We're playing ActRaiser 2. How's it going? It's been a while. I haven't done one of these playthrough videos since December. I have been busy working on the website that I hope to roll out end of February and maybe early March, depending on how it goes. Anyways, the last video that I did was ActRaiser, so this seemed like a logical sequel. Not really a fan of this game, where I think ActRaiser was a fun game because it's like a balance of simulation and hack and slash. This one is pure hack and slash, and they just ratcheted the difficulty up. So I'm actually going to be playing this on easy, just because I found it difficult enough on easy for me to get through. Maybe one day I'll just do it on normal, but for right now I'll just play it on easy. Graphics have been improved, which is nice. Here we go. Kind of same screen. Got that nice little 2 there, though. Alright, set on easy. Let's get out of here. So I think since they made this a pure hack and slash game, they wanted to add some stuff. And floating is one of them, and well, they just changed a lot of mechanics around. I guess we'll just talk about it when we get into the game. But it starts out the same. I think instead of a random voice in the first one, now you have this angel lady who tells you just kind of the situation. So Tanzra's returned. Everybody hates each other. 13 Tanzra's most powerful demons. Basically, there's 13 levels of the game. Combined power, raise the spirit of the mighty leader. Okay, so kind of the same plot of the first game. And you have selected, blah blah blah. Okay. So basically you're in the Sky Palace, just how you started ActRaiser 1. The difference is you can also, float over these places, and I think you don't have to start in any particular order. And it really matters even less in this game because since there's no simulation, no leveling or anything like that, your character starts out at max. But anyways, so you can float over these cities, and your angel friend or whatever tells you what's going on and kind of points you to Industen, where you need to go. So anyways, we're just gonna kind of tackle it in this order, whatever's close. So I don't necessarily know why they did this, just because it kind of seems pointless without the simulation stuff. Cool little mode 7 spinning thing like they had last time. So, yeah, our guy is shirtless now. Don't know why. And he's got wings. So, the wings definitely are a feature of this game that they were kind of pushing, obviously, because there's a lot that is focused on them. You can kind of double jump, you can glide, you can do a kind of sword dive attack, and like you just saw right there, the wings also cause you to skid off platforms, which is pretty terrible. So it's like they kind of redesigned the character. Alright, and you have a down slash, you have this kind of sword strike, which is... Oh, and there's a magic right there. I'm trying to kind of remember. So they replaced the apples with orange dots and stuff. Alright. Oh, and you have a shield now, so you can block projectiles. And here's where it gets ridiculous. So when I first played this, I was like, alright, let's, you know, put it on easy and give it a shot, and I literally could not get past this level for like the longest. So if you hold up when you do the double jump, you end up doing this lazy float kind of thing, and I didn't know about that, and you need that over here because if you touch this goo right here, then you die. Alright. And you have to really be careful about how you jump too, because that whole wing sliding off the platforms thing, it will definitely mess you up. Alright. This game also has a whole lot more complicated jumps. When we get to the next level, there's one of them. Yeah, and I feel like the range for this guy also got knocked down a bit. So the first boss is actually a pain too, because he blows you and there's like prickly, sharp, whatever. If you touch it, it's an instant death, and this game's frustrating. So to use your magic, you want to charge up, and then... Oh no! Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, there you go. So obviously, well, I guess it wasn't instant death, but it's like a ton of death. And yeah, you can see he sucks you into it, not blows you into it. But if you're able to use the magic, so to use magic, you just kind of charge your sword, and then depending on what direction, and if you're jumping and floating or whatever, there's like 6 or 8 magics. They're all kind of accessed in different ways. That 3-ball one is, I think, maybe the strongest, and definitely like the one I use the most. But this game is definitely kind of like a lot of trial and error. Alright, so we beat the first place, Diligence. Blah blah blah. And again, since there's like no simulation part, it just seems like I could care less about the story. Alright. So let's do Benefic 2. So I believe this is the second. So although the continents and where you fight, the levels, all that kind of stuff like that aren't really broken up quite as well as in the first ActRaiser, it is kind of like there are 2 stages for every level. So I was thinking of doing a stage per video, but I think I'm just gonna do 2. Hopefully they'll go by quick. Alright. So just like the last level, there's a mid-boss here, which isn't too difficult. Alright. So of course the water also, like, you know, pushes you around. Alright, and here is the tough jump. Yeah, so if you just double jump onto a platform, you'll kind of slide off. It's pretty terrible. Alright, so this is one of those really crazy, oh my god, jumps. So if you don't hit this just perfect. Alright, so yeah, for that one you have to dive. So there's holding up, which is the float, which is this, and then there's pressing forward, which is the dive like that, and if you don't do that, then you'll definitely miss that jump. Alright, we're doing pretty good though. Except for getting hit a lot. Alright, not bad. Alright, I think the snake boss is right here. Oh, come on. So if you just literally do nothing, when he fires a fireball, you can block it with your shield, which is cool. I think we're probably going to end up dying because I don't really have enough HP to get through this section. Oh god, see? Frustrating. And I don't know how that guy's going like up like, what is this, like upstream? Come on. Alright, I might just go up and die here. Yeah, I don't think I can beat the boss. So we'll practice. So you have to, it's this snail thing here, and you have to block these boulders up on top. Yep. And you have to be very careful where you stand because there's that one boulder that will just hit you where you can't block. So, alright, cool. Jeez. So there's a health up there, but I think by the time you... Oh, come on, are you serious? Alright, let's just give it a shot without. I think we need to be closer to the edge. Ah, okay, this isn't good. Oh, it's definitely not good. Okay. So we don't need to be doing that. Oh, and we're wasting our magic. This is just even better. Alright, so we're gonna kamikaze him and hit him with the charge up thing. So this guy moves just as well as he moved in the last game, which is kind of slow and sluggish. Oh, come on. And like, especially when you're doing this whole water jumping thing, it's just worse. Oh, come on. Oh, Jesus. Alright. enough to win, but... Yes! Okay, there you go. That's what we wanted to do. It's fast, but it's harder than you think. I mean... Alright. I think that's kind of the way this game is. I mean, it's not particularly long, but then, like, it is kind of up there and, like, just with difficulty, and it's not really difficult as in, I would say you just need to kind of know what to do at the right time. So it's just repetition. Done it. All the demons and their powers have been eliminated from this region. Let's return to diligence for a moment. We should listen to the people. Powers eliminated. Da, da, da. Alright, let's float over diligence. Return to the vigorous, hardworking town it once was. According to legend, you can hear a sad voice calling from the West Sea. Shall we go to the West Sea? Why not? Okay, so anyways, those would be the first two lands, I guess, in the city of Diligence. I'm not really sure how they're breaking these areas up. But I'm going to take a break, and then when we resume, we'll do the West Sea stuff. So I will see you guys in a bit.